Well, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Um, Let me cut this off, but this is just a little sesh after dark. It's about 8:30 Thursday, um, March 30th, and I said I was going to give you guys a little sesh after dark, and my sesh after dark podcast is more of like my apology about the a relationship podcast and having discussions that you would normally have with maybe other men or even coworkers or say your therapist or um, your barber. I went to the barber today and I was having a little discussion with my stylist that does my hair. So shout out to her. Thank you for this. It looks good. Oh shit, my bad, yo. God damn. But yeah, went to go get a lineup and then retwisted. So shout out to my stylist. Shout out to my barber. Thank y'all. Y'all keep me looking good. But long story short, I want to do this podcast real quick off of just knowing who I am as a person, knowing who I am as a male, and then wanting to kind of just get more depth into certain discussions, dealing with relationships, dealing with um, certain shit you come by. So, hey, Sesh After Dark with Mr. Mosby. And I think I had told people that I wanted to have a podcast about penises. I don't even want to say pause, no homo, no nothing. If y'all really know who I am as a person, um, y'all know I love women. That's it. At the end of the day, I have understood myself for a while, and I think it took having to know what I like as a man and knowing what I like as in what I like on a woman. And obviously, people go off this lust factor, ass, tits. That's not me. I go off a woman's features, feet, how she maintains herself, manicure, pedicure, um, just staying up to the par with your hygiene, shit like that. But when it gets down to knowing my own penis, which a lot of men really don't even know their own fucking dick, that's right there in front of them, I come across a lot of men that have told me some stories. And I'm just like, wow, very, not shocked, but just knowing how this world is changing and evolving, you're going to get men that tell you certain things that are awkward, or maybe not awkward, but a little weird. So I'm going to be getting to that real soon with more people that want to have these conversations. But this conversation right now is about a penis, a dick. If I get canceled, hey, sucks. But when I'm at work, I'm like, I go on these porta potties, and this is something I heard probably about 5 years ago. A guy goes, "Why are we at a construction site with a whole bunch of men?" And then when I go into these porta potties, there's a bunch of penises drawn on the wall, and it gets to the point where you start questioning people that you come across. Because yeah, yeah, I've come across some men that were masculine gay men or questioning their sexuality, and all I have to do is just confirm them in the fact of that. What is it, heterosexual? I'm a heterosexual man where I only love women. I enjoy having company around, whether it's man or woman. Outside of that, I do not judge you off your sexual preference at the end of the day. You're not coming to my bed, you ain't sucking my shit, be comfortable in who you are because I am as who I am as Mr. Mosby. So yeah, just penises. I always see shit like I'm gonna have a little thing right here, and this penis that they drew at work looked like a like a fish. It had like these little tentacles or whatever on the front. I'm like, this fishy dick is scary. But if you see a dick like this, women, run. Um, I don't want to get too depth in it, but I've met plenty of people that um, don't really judge off of size. I'm not saying I'm like the biggest out there, but I've maintained to this far, and I've kept myself up with knowing where it's been and who I've been with, and also knowing what comes with making that decision with my private parts. So, in saying that, just know yourself, be comfortable in yourself. If you are questioning something in your life, take a step and see what the answer is. But my answers aren't coming from having a dick in my life. Yeah, well, besides mine, of course. But yeah, I have more topics coming up that I've written out. This is just freestyling on a Thursday night, and I told y'all that I was going to do this. Yeah, I, I question people sometimes, but I don't, but I still do. So I'm not wrong for questioning people, but I feel it's kind of weird that men would draw penises in a porta potty on a construction site. Draw some. I've also seen some other shit too. I've seen where they draw an ass, a bent over woman. These men are artists, but working construction, and it's just funny. I've seen a lot more dicks than ass and pussy and tits in these porta potties. Small dicks, big dicks, whatever motherfuckers think a dick looks like. But I don't want to speak too much on this shit. Just wanted to say this for my Sesh After Dark. I know who I am. I know where I've been, and I know where I'm going, and I know putting myself out there with too many people, as in women, as in having sexual relationships with women. I'm not going to be that cat that is going to be like announcing I've had 100, I've had thousands of women. I don't think that's something to brag about, fellas. Um, keep yourself clean, of course, down there. Manscape. If you aren't into manscaping, just trim it up. Uh, but yeah, also know who you're doing and knowing when you're doing it that there are repercussions. If the girl isn't on birth control, have a IUD. What's that the thing? Birth control IUD. I think I tell people I used to be a big supporter of Plan B. um, rubbers. Um, yeah. Nowadays it's just like I've had moments where yeah I've had to go get tested and I didn't question the woman, but I questioned myself like why would I have done that with her without a kind of a disease. I could have caught a disease. One, two, I could have gotten her pregnant. And thank God I've gone through 35 years and of not having without having kids. Um, and when I do, I'm thinking about within the next few years. My career is finally, sorry, my career is kind of at a point where I'm not comfortable. It's growing. I'm growing with my career. There's also other things I'm looking into. So that's why I do this podcast, just to be able to vent about what I'm thinking. And yeah, if you want to get on here, this is Sesh After Dark. I'm figuring out the intro. It's about relations, relations with yourself, relationships with friends, relations with your family, relationships, even if you're a man with another woman or vice versa, women with men, women with women. I do not judge who you are as a human being because we are all different. We are all born with unique characteristics. So if you want to get on here with me, we can Zoom. You can come down to the studio. I can come to you, California, IE, and discuss some of these things. So if I'm confused about them, if I'm not confused about them and somebody else is, I could be that person to put that out there for you guys. So yeah, I love my dick. Hope you fellas love yours too. Um, I don't want to say nothing else, but yeah, thank you for chiming in. There will be a lot more Sesh After Darks, and I think the next Sesh After Dark I want to have will both most likely be about, I think, men getting their ass ate. And I have a lot of things to say about that, but yes, let's leave it to the next episode. And if you guys have anything that you guys want to hear, something funny or a debate about something in relationships, please send me a DM at, I'm going to have it right here, Mr. Mosby05. Also have a email as well at seshwithmrmosby at gmail.com. Like and subscribe. I don't want to become one of those motherfuckers like I've told you guys in the past to say that, but please like and subscribe. Share this with people so it can constantly grow and I can grow and just see really what I am with this. I love to interview people. I love to conversate. I love to learn from others. So have a good night. Thank you.
Mosley.
The Sesh? The Sesh?
I think he said
Sesh with
Moby.
Mr. Mosby.